This program is about unsolved mysteries. Whenever possible, the actual family members and police officials have participated in recreating the events. What you're about to see is not a news broadcast. In this episode of Battlefield Hardline Unsolved Mysteries, protests rage after an unexplained death near a police car. A garage renovation goes terribly awry. A banker's apparition haunts his former workplace. An archaeological dig site turns to tragedy. And a car crash leaves both authorities and insurance agents with questions. Next. Reminiscent of the riots in Ferguson and Baltimore, a new string of protests sprang up in this city after a black man was found dead near a police car. Dashcam footage is a bit blurry, but it shows the man running towards the police car before falling over dead. Official police statements have been made that say that the victim was running towards the police car, which had its keys in it, after the officer got out for a routine traffic stop. Fearing that the victim would use the car as a weapon against him, the officer cries self-defense. However, some of the facts surrounding the statements have been murky, including the positioning of the body in relation to the initial confrontation, the less than stellar track record of the officer, and the fact that the victim was black while the officer is white. Is this more police brutality, or will the officer not be indicted for all the right reasons? If you have any information about this case, please leave it down in the comments section. The garage is usually the last room in the house to get a facelift, but it's not because it's the most dangerous. The victim's wife walked in and expected to see the floors refinished, not painted with blood. Authorities were quick to indicate that the rising temperatures combined with his poor recent health seems to point to a natural cause for death, but the coroner found, in addition to cardiac arrest, some blunt force trauma. The family is requesting a full investigation in spite of the police insistence that the blunt force trauma was caused by the fall to the ground after the heart attack. The family claims that they were receiving written threats by people tired of trying to keep up with the Joneses. Is this a case of Wisteria Lane or just a sad, tragic medical condition? If you have any information, please leave it down in the comments section. Uncle Sam isn't the only one that likes to take people's money even after they die. The ghost of a bank boss has been spotted at his former place of employment near the ATMs, causing them to malfunction and even customers having money deducted from their account. The rate of error for ATMs is negligible, but for some reason this bank needs a tech guy hovering around like an overprotective boyfriend. The banker was extremely disgruntled with his job, and his family and friends cite it as one of the main causes of his recent suicide. He was a strong advocate for small business loans, but the higher-ups wanted to go more with the 1% because they still haven't learned that trickle-down economics is bullshit. If you have any information about this case, please leave it down in the comments section. Usually the bones at an archaeological site aren't those of the people that are doing the digging, but that's not the case in this strange story. In something out of an Indiana Jones plot, a romance between diggers turns tragic when infidelity was suspected. The accused, which is also the project lead, has pleaded that he was framed by the assistant who wanted a quick raise by planting evidence of an affair to distract police from looking at the hard facts. The assistant, who was dismissed from the project only days earlier, claims innocence and has an alibi for the date and time of the offense. If you have any information about this case, please leave it down in the comments section. A car accident is the subject of our final story, and no, it's not what you would expect from a prom/graduation time accident, as this involves no alcohol or hallucinogens of any kind. This one is an assassination of a person in suspicion of espionage. An NSA employee was killed while driving a car loaded with explosives, and he didn't have to keep it above 55. The victim was under investigation for hiding government secrets, which he vehemently denied. Multiple claims to the murder have been made, all by foreign agencies that are opposed to the Patriot Act and USA's data collection. Maybe if the victim had been assigned to a US collection agency instead of a foreign one, he'd be alive since, let's be honest, the Americans are too stupid to get angry over the loss of their constitutional rights. Most of the evidence was destroyed in the catastrophic blast, so if you have any evidence about this or any of the cases presented here, let me know in the comments section and maybe you can help solve a mystery.